Welcome back, everybody. This is Artificially Genuine. We left off last time Bon got super high.
Yeah. So this was the first time. Like I said, my uncle gave me a chocolate, and he said we're gonna do this together. And I was like, okay, let's fucking do it then. Man, I was that seventh grade year? So I was like 12.
God
Yeah, I was like
damn.
12 or 13. I was a youngin', and I was like, screw it, let's do it. Man, I remember having a conversation with my mom.
What?
Yeah.
Your mom was involved?
Bro, no,
It's so deep, huh? The
my
deepest
mom
combo.
called me and she's just like, do you want something from McDonald's? And I remember trying to say something, but I was lost. Have you ever seen Mac and Devin Goes to High School?
Yeah.
So you remember that part where he's just looking up in the sky and you hear the robotic sounds? That's what the fuck happened to me.
Wow.
And my mom was like, Devontae. I was like, yeah. Let me get that Big Mac. So
combo set.
you literally, and I could remember like trying to eat it, and I felt so weird, like trying to chew it. I was like, this doesn't feel like
Yeah,
food.
I'm not.
I was like-
yeah.
I was like,
I've
this-
been there. Yeah.
And did you do it often after that, or was it like a try it once, wait a couple years, and then come back?
So it was. I waited till I want to say out to high school again, so I really started experimenting with it.
Okay.
Because high school, you got to go to school.
Yeah,
What's
house schools
going on?
parties. Did you ever get a chance to celebrate those, dude? Because now they're done. They're shut down.
See, and that's why I feel so bad for these kids, because those house parties were cracking.
Oh, I threw a couple. of legendary ones.
That was a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your most lit one?
Best way possible.
The most lit one.
There's still a party going on.
So yeah, it's still in the backyard. But we had 2 beer pong tables going at once.
Mhm.
We had a dancing stage room with a stripper pole. I had the DJ mixer with like bottles that I brought. I'll take that. But till like 4 a.m, people were leaving, crawling out the door, saying, "Hey, I gotta go home." Cops never got called on me. All my neighbors, I was like, "Hey, I'm having a little get together," and all my neighbors were cool as fuck.
Project X.
Seriously, like people had to leave, like they were tired.
Oh,
it was
damn.
never like, "Hey, get out." It was "Hey, I'm tired. I gotta go home."
Wait, so how old were you guys when you were throwing these parties?
Legal age,
whoa,
legal
whoa,
age,
whoa, whoa,
legal age.
Hey,
Uh,
There's no statute of limitations on parties.
Hey, these
Yeah, statute of limitation is.
They just say we started
Old enough to
early,
party.
But man, we had a name for ourselves. It was like there was a little routine where we would go to house parties, but there's a group of people that knew 11 o'clock, just go back to my house. Like that was the whatever
After party
happens,
spot.
even if you don't go out that night, 11 o'clock, just end up right there, and it was cool. It was real cool.
Man,
It was dope.
It was
Yeah.
real.
You
It
lucky.
was the after party.
Did you ever get a chance to go to Club Breeze right here in Port Whitney?
Club what?
He's like
Club
9
Breeze.
years old, bro.
You-
That's our era.
you never asked him his age, but
How old are you, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an after party.
Yeah.
he's trying to kick it.
Yeah, he's invited for sure.
No, he's 18, guys.
Yeah, because that's one thing. That's another thing too that everybody missed. So you know how have you heard of Miami Nights in Ventura?
No.
Miami Nights.
Hey,
that?
you
It's
going?
California, brother.
Wait, you're talking about someone in the
Hey,
audience.
you're
Someone in the
showing-
audience is.
Hey, dude,
is
you're
agreeing.
showing your age.
Okay, well I'm just telling you right now, you guys just lost a whole cool ass generation of like going out, clubbing, like where people dance. People didn't have phones, so they're not on their screen.
Fuck
They're not
off,
up against the
bro.
wall.
What is
People are
clubbing?
bumping and grinding.
You guys
Okay.
party
that
without
was
phones?
the
Trying to
era
sound
of
young.
bumping and grinding.
What's clubbing?
And man, you'll never see that shit again. So I'm
Yeah.
fucking. I'm happy that shit was. I happen to live through it.
We've been to the clubs now at adult age, forever 21 because we're 21. My brother John said like age is just a concept that humans created. We're eternal, right? I love that.
Damn,
by
I
the way,
said that?
yeah, you said that was hella deep.
Bar.
But like those,
Damn.
yeah, you're talking about eras that were so dope. But
Yeah.
you guys are like this era. We went out partying and stuff, and everybody's so cool. We went to like Hollywood parties, and we're like, everybody doesn't want to dance. Everybody's too lit. Everybody's too
Flowers.
famous.
Bottle
Everybody's
service,
too
that's-
dope. Bottle service actually navigates the whole club, right?
Yeah. And your phone.
Yeah.
I
It's a flex.
literally
It's a
just
flex.
took out my phone and like recorded a little bit. They thought I was
It's
a
like-
camera guy for the club.
Yeah.
They started doing some shit, and I'm over
It
here
was
like, oh
crazy.
shit, good content, good content.
Dude,
But-
it was like Animal like geographics, bro. Like, look at the mate as she dance as the like, bro, that's not even a joke. We have the footage. We have hours of footage of people like as soon as they see the camera, they're like,
Yeah,
it's like their moment. Like,
crazy.
I'm gonna get famous off my fucking twerk. Like, no, it's not going down. That's
Y'all need to do
factual.
some voiceovers over that shit, bro.
Oh, 100%. We got
Yeah.
that. We got that.
You can
That's
see that
coming-
video.
AI.
That's coming down the
That's the
line.
artificial part.
But we do like to wrap up our segments with some positivity, or at least give some positive to our fans. Anybody that's
Insight.
going through something, some insights. We talk about mental health. Is there anything that specific that you've been through? Anything that like you want to share with the people? Like, what does mental health mean to you?
Mhm.
Man, I want to say that's a two-parter since, you know, you guys brought me on to talk about Comatose. You could talk about it from the business side and just your normal life, like family side.
Okay. Both.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some family members that have tried to commit suicide or that have. So I don't want to name anybody out in specific,
no need.
but I have a tattoo on my body that represents like, hey man, I'd rather you call me at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
than you just go off on your own thinking that nobody doesn't care about you, because
Yeah.
we do out here.
Yeah.
Something that I do with the people that you know, I've been around since like the sandbox is I'll check in. I'll be like, how are your three doing? Your big three. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, how are you doing mentally, physically, and spiritually?
That's
Because
dope.
I want to make sure like you're good on every plane. I even asked my girlfriend this to this day. I'm like, how is your day? How are you doing up here, upstairs?
Yeah.
How you doing in your heart? And is there anything I could do better or anything I could do to help you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to be your support.
Sometimes
you know what?
just being an ear
That's beautiful.
goes
Exactly.
a long way.
I'm gonna interrupt that, dude, because
Yes.
my brother wrote. My brother told me the information. My brother will read a book and he'll tell me all the main points of it. Trump, when he first came up, he would have a booklet of people that he would call, like, "Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Hey, Dana from UFC." Or every business, like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Just to create connection. Be like, "Hey, how are you? What you just said." Those I feel are like codes for a billionaire to make. You got to make connections with people like, "Hey bro, how really are you? Are you okay? Do you want to hang out? Someone passed away. Let's hang out." Like, but those are like billionaire gems. What you just said right now, those are billionaire gems that I wanted to bring forward, that call your fucking people up, because just because they look dope on Instagram and everything's fucking going great, the highlight reel of social media doesn't mean it's fucking real. And
They're probably at
those
their
not-
worst. They're probably
yeah.
at their worst
yeah.
when it seems like they're at their highest.
Instagram's not a real place, bro.
Fuck
That's,
no.
It's a
Hell
highlight
no.
reel. Let's just be real.
Shit,
You know what I
fuck
mean?
no.
I only post when I'm on vacation. That's it.
There you
I don't
go.
post when I'm struggling. I'm down and out. Like
and then all your friends are like, "Oh damn, he's going on another vacation."
lucky guy. He's always on another vacation.
Why is he having so much fun? But they don't know the work that you put through it and the mental health that you put through it.
We just talked about that earlier. They don't see the behind the scenes
Yeah.
of the everyday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, as far as like the business side of things, I mean, you gotta get that shit out. You gotta vent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I've been talking about my girl this whole entire time, but I mean, her and my boy Josh, I mean, those are the people that like you need to have some solid people in your
Yeah,
corner that you
yeah.
can be like, hey, can I just borrow your ear for a second and just
Yeah.
get this off my chest? You don't have to say a single word. I just want to get it off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's how you can, I mean, how I do go about the inners of what's going on up in here in my body and my mind, how I get it all out. It's just so
Yeah.
I can be myself.
And there's people that like I've spoke to, like, yeah, like even before this, we were doing this, like, oh, I'm gonna do this one day. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they're like, did the Lakers win? And I'm like, bro, I just told you amazing advice, like amazing info about my life, and you're trying to change the subject. To me, is a big indicator of like what your level in friendship is. Like, if you say like, oh, I just graduated, I just did this, and they're like, yeah, but damn, how's your mom doing? Like, they switch the subject on what the positive advice. You can see who, like, oh damn, you don't even care the fact that we just started a podcast.
I made an accomplishment
Yeah.
in my personal life.
And it changes, and you're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you would be excited about it, because I'm excited about it. And that's how you can kind of weave your friends, like whoever is not asking about what you're doing. And if you, even normal people, you'd be like, hey, I just did this. And they're like, yeah, but can we do this? And I'm like, oh, okay, we're not talking about that. All right. So you can see who's for you and who's not, who's rooting for you and who's not. Because there are a lot of people that will see you and be like, I could do it better, but never will. Start crying.
No.
I mean, look, I can give you a recipe on how to bake the cookies. Doesn't mean you're gonna make a comatose cookie.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And it's okay to get rid of friends.
Oh, big time.
Like they're gonna be there if you're ever going to come back for like a night for like a good time and stuff. But it's okay to cut people off. Like circle yourself with the people that you trust that you can actually
Doers.
do something with and you feel comfortable with. But say bye to some people sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
If
okay.
they're not rooting for you.
You can't take everybody with you on the route to
Shit.
success, brother.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just being real.
That success brings fucking envy, bro. And,
big
and it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
It's just everybody has their own upbringing,
Natural.
and it's
Yeah.
just it is what it is. But you can always feel have that conversation, but
Yeah.
you can always waver them off. But before we end this, thank you so much, Vaughn, for joining us tonight. Is there
Vaughn.
social media or anybody that we can find you on?
Yeah. So if you guys want to give me a follow on comatose_treats. My main profile for myself is DMoxie98. That's DMOXIE98. Also want to give a huge shout out to Starlight Treats. That's my homegirl Maria. She's
Yeah.
another person that keeps
Shout
me
out.
going because with her, she makes these freaking bomb ass cake pops. She can literally virtually do everything.
Tell her she's next, bro. We want
Yes.
her
Hey,
on.
Medea, I'm calling you out. You next, girl.
Yeah.
Please.
I think
Yeah.
she has
We
a
need
pod.
you.
I think she has a pod too.
She
Yeah?
does have a podcast, yeah.
Wow.
The fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
got
think it's
that
called NAR Today or
I think she'll be perfect. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Throw her on, bro. Please.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need her. What was her name?
Medea.
Medea. We need you here.
Yes. Thank you so much. Comment down below. We'll be back next week.
Cheers.
What the fuck am I doing? Going through it, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you